First one is, the most talked about quarterback room this preseason has been the Cleveland Browns. I mean, no one's been, got Joe Flacco in there, who actually, the Browns just announced that Joe Flacco will be the starter, which, I'm not terribly surprised about, but also I wanted Shedeur Sanders to get a chance. I think he deserved it, at least to move up in the depth chart, because the Browns came up with their depth chart. Flacco's first string, Kenny Pickett's second, Dillon Gabriel is third string, Shedeur is fourth. Now, I'm going to go ahead and key in on the third and fourth string, but before I do that, Joe Flacco, he earned it. 40-year-old player. He's done a lot in this league. He's won a Super Bowl. He's one of 6 QBs since 2000 to start at 40. He's joining Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Matt Hasselbeck, and Brett Favre. Elite company. And he's also starting against the Bengals, which, in his first career start ever, he started against the Bengals when he was like 23. So I think Flacco, he's been to the playoffs with the Browns before. He went on that crazy run where he had like 300-yard games in 5 games. Joe Flacco can do some damage. They got Jerry Jeudy, Njoku, Jerome Ford in the backfield. They got Dylan Sampson. This team has got some weapons. They have players. But let's key in on the third and fourth string. So Dillon Gabriel, he is the third string quarterback. Shedeur Sanders is the fourth string. Now, Dillon Gabriel, 143 yards, an interception, which was a pick six, and a fumble. And he's somehow the starter. He's somehow higher in the depth chart than Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders had 2 touchdowns, 138 yards. You're telling me that performance is not better than Dillon Gabriel's Cleveland? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then Dillon Gabriel is just jawing away on the sidelines in an interview mid-game like he actually did something.
And you don't let it infiltrate yourself. Will you share that with everybody at home?
Yeah, I think it's just part of it. There's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. And my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but it's something that I'll get used to, and just want to be the best team that I can and create an environment where we can all go do our best work. That's all we want to do. All you in this room are entertainers, and you have a job to do, and I respect it, right? And I'm a competitor, so I have a job to do as well. And I think, just understanding that, that's how I've lived by, and I've said that multiple times. So definitely not a new quote, but something that I've definitely said before.
You were referring to media as the entertainment?
Yeah, I just said that, yeah.
Okay. So a lot of people were saying that, Dillon Gabriel was talking about Shedeur Sanders, which was not the case at all. And if that's true, that's crazy. Not good for a quarterback room. But he wasn't. But still, I'm having a hard time. Because I don't think that Shedeur Sanders should not be the third string quarterback or even the backup in that mind. Kenny Pickett hasn't even played a preseason game yet. He's been hurt. Now, Shedeur Sanders, he had an oblique injury, wasn't able to play in this preseason game against the Eagles, but I still think he earned his spot over Dillon Gabriel. He did. I don't agree with the decision at all to keep Shedeur at fourth string. At all. At all. Dillon Gabriel, to me, the mistakes he made were more costly than the mistakes Shedeur made. Shedeur didn't turn over the ball once in his preseason game. Gabriel did. So, like, that's what we're looking at here. Why do you have to sit here and pretend that Shedeur is not better? You've got Andrew Berry, the GM of the Browns, after the Panthers game, talking to Shedeur on the sidelines going, hey, keep it up, keep it up. That GM knows dang well Shedeur is going to be the guy in Cleveland. You don't see Andrew Berry getting caught talking to Dillon Gabriel on the sidelines like that. Just saying. And I think Dillon Gabriel's a good player. I mean, I've seen him play a couple times. I saw him play in person when he was at Oklahoma before he transferred to Oregon. He had a good season at Oregon. But that's kind of it. I mean, I think Shedeur is a more poised quarterback. He's a more creative quarterback. He's more accurate. And he's a better improviser. And that's what I like the most. And Shedeur is hungry. I'm not saying Dillon Gabriel isn't, but I think Shedeur should have gotten third string over Dillon Gabriel. Easily.
Talk to me, baby. Talk to me nice. I'm from another world, baby, yeah. Broadway paradise. They think I'm way too cold, cause I put my